Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Jon Zanoff, founder of Empire Startups. John, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill. Thanks for having me.
You got it. And you're kicking off New York FinTech Week on October 18th and hosting the FinTech Conference on Tuesday, October 19th. Can you give us some background on what inspired the creation of the week and events for this year?
I'd be happy to, Jill. Listen, we all have Zoom fatigue. Everyone is just desperate to get together and make connections in person. And so even though this is a 7th year, we've been on hiatus for 18 months. So a lot of the inspiration just came from getting everyone together safely in person, because the FinTech community, after all, it's the strongest startup community out there. If you look at every vertical, ag tech, space, even consumer technology, nothing compares to the strength of the FinTech startup community. And it's not just the startups getting together, but the incumbents embracing those startups. Looks like MasterCard and Barclays that every single day are getting together to support the community. So just can't wait for FinTech Week on October 18th.
Yeah, I can tell you from personal experience, it does feel good to be back in Midtown Manhattan a couple days a week and be with everyone. Can you share a bit about the lineup, what attendees can expect?
Yeah, every single hot FinTech company on the planet will be part of New York FinTech Week, whether it's recently minted unicorns like Alloy just announced their last 100 million in funding yesterday, or soon to be minted unicorns like Silla Money, Synapse, or Unit. They'll all be participating. In fact, if you look back at the early stage startups that were part of FinTech Week and Empire Startups, they've gone on from the seed stage to raise billions of dollars. So if you want to say that you knew these companies before they blew up, you just have to be part of New York FinTech Week. And amongst that, we split it between fireside chats, panels, demos. Heck, this year there's even a live debate on stage where the boxing gloves are going to be on and we battle it out whether we're in a FinTech bubble or not.
So it sounds like there will be a herd of unicorns showing up throughout New York FinTech Week. What are some of your favorite FinTech companies that aren't household names just yet?
Absolutely. You know, there are unicorns on stage, like I mentioned, but there are also seed stage companies that you're going to see for the first time. One company I'm really excited about, it's a DC-based FinTech startup called Phone Bank. It's led by a brilliant entrepreneur, Christian Duffus. And what they're doing is, for the first time, they're bringing stable currency to the emerging markets. And they're doing so because there are billions of dollars that are actually just sitting idle on everyone's smartphone in the form of SIM data. Now, imagine a world where you go to another country and all you have to do to tap to pay is use your phone, but instead of involving several banks as it normally would, they immediately can tokenize that idle data sitting on your SIM card and allow you to pay for that. So it's one of the most brilliant on-ramps to crypto I've heard of. And it's a rock solid use case that's exciting today, not in the future. So Phone Bank is one. The other, I know you've got Finch coming on the show in just a couple weeks. Finch, I don't want to steal their thunder, but Finch is entirely disrupting that legacy checking account. I mean, I don't know what your bank pays, and we won't mention any names, but mine, $0. Finch, on the other hand, is a really novel approach. They're taking all of that idle cash and they're letting you invest it. So all of your idle cash is on complete autopilot. And to do that, they have a bunch of really interesting technology, from fractional trading to fraud prevention to risk controls, that mean when you go to Starbucks and you swipe your debit card from Finch, they immediately can sell $4 in fractional ETFs to fund that purchase. And that means instead of just sitting in your checking account, you can be completely and intelligently exposed to the market. So just a couple amazing companies are going to be at Empire, but you should have them on your radar too.
Yeah, so interesting. I was just talking about this yesterday. Speaking of checking accounts, I don't even have a checkbook anymore. So it certainly tells you the direction the industry is going in. And selfishly plugging Trade Talks, we will be broadcasting live from the event. And I'm super psyched to meet with a lot of these great companies that you have on deck. So with that said, John, where can folks learn more about the conference?
EmpireStartups.com. It's really easy. I'd recommend you do it today, because at midnight, those prices are going to jump. If you want to know what's hot in FinTech, if you want to say that you met them before they're household names, you've got to be part of New York FinTech Week and the Empire FinTech Conference.
All right, John, looking forward to it. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you, Jill.